Very excited for today's topic. You see all these gadgets all the time. You got Apple, Amazon, Google, always trying to compete against each other when it comes to some of these home products. So join us today, Brian Cromit from 702 Communications. They got the great G3 YouTube page. You want to find out more about what's happening in tech. Let's start with these, man. This is kind of the craze right now.
Yeah, smart home, smart assistants. Sometimes you hear it talked about as the lady in the tube. And which do you choose?
So which one do you choose and why?
Okay, so I brought today the Amazon Echo Plus, the Google Home, and Apple's HomePod. I started with Amazon. Amazon was first to market with the Echo product, and I started there, and I really built everything around that. Functionality of the Echo is still great, so that's why I really stay with it. Google came out about a year later. They do have a lot of the same functionality, but Google is still lagging as far as how many devices it supports. And then HomePod waited, and I think it knew that they weren't going to be able to compete from a smart home perspective, so they really doubled down on the sound quality. So out of the three, if you want to listen to music, if that's your number one priority, HomePod is hands down your best choice. If you want an assistant that actually supports a bunch of smart home devices, Google supports somewhere around 5,000 devices. The Echo supports about 12,000.
So when I hear assistant, I'm like, okay, utility, this is going to make my life easier. How do these things make my life easier, better?
Lots of ways. You have to get used to using them, obviously, but the thing that we use Echo most for is before we turn on the TV to watch Lisa or something with the weather in the morning, we ask for the weather, and it'll give you a quick little weather report.
What's my commute?
Exactly. Right. But then it's nice too to keep something like this in the kitchen. If you run out of milk, for instance, if I or one of the kids drinks the last of the milk, let's just say, Alexa, put milk on the shopping list. And then when you're at the store, you look at the app to see everything that's on the shopping list and no longer in your house, and that's great. So stuff like that, obviously, and then you're talking about turning on and off lights and setting the temperature on the thermostat. And
okay, so that's where I can get like the Nest or something like that, and I can go, okay, put me at 72 here and schedule it out. And any
of these will do that. Any of these will do that. But like I say, with the HomePod, you have to look specifically for something when you're looking at a smart device that is specifically compatible with HomePod. These two, it's pretty safe bet. Almost anything you pick up is probably going to support or is going to have support for either of those assistants. I would just be careful with that one.
What do you say to the people who are like, man, I just don't like the idea of something sitting in my home hearing everything I say?
So there is. I think that any time that you're going to add a convenience of a smart device, you are going to give up some privacy when you do it. So it kind of goes to who you trust. You know, do you trust Apple if they're listening? Do you trust Google if they're listening? Do you trust Amazon if they're listening? I actually had an interesting experience the other day. We were watching the Super Bowl, and my wife and I are fixing up a farm, and we're talking about fixing the windmill there, right? Really random, right? And so we're talking about it, and my wife said, I wonder if you can even get parts for a windmill. And so I go online and I type WI in Chrome, windmills for sale popped up. So I'm pretty sure the Google Home was listening to that conversation, because otherwise, if you type WI in your browser window, is it going to be windmills for sale?
I mean, part of me is like, wow, that's awesome. Part of me is like, that is just so
No, right?
freaky.
I mean, so that's the thing. It makes that really convenient for you, but you know that you're being listened
to. All right,
so.
let's talk price points. Which one do you think has got the best deal?
So price points, this one and this one are both $129.
Oh, okay.
This one is $349. So again, if it depends on what you want it for. If you really want something that's great for music, this is hands down better than either of these. Music quality, best, good, not so hot.
But I can just get a decent speaker for less than $350. So let me ask you this. For this, like, what's in between this and like the little Echo Dot? Does it make a difference?
The difference between this and the Echo Dot isn't in functionality, it's just in speaker quality. So if you're going to get a Dot and plug it into your home sound system, which is what I do, you're going to have much better sound than you're going to have than you'd have out of any of these on their own. You know, so it can't compete if you're going to plug it into a sound system with any of that. The Echo Plus does have an output as well, so you can plug that in to a sound system as well, so you can use it both ways. But you know, if you just are looking to add a smart streaming feature to your stereo to listen to music, Echo Dot or even the Google Home Mini would be
nice.
Good
Best
choices.
place to find you on YouTube is how?
Just go to YouTube, search for 702 Communications. You're going to find me.
The G3. I love it. All right, stay with us. Much more coming up right here on North Dakota Today.